The clues to the shape of Manhattan's familiar skyline are the rocks beneath the surface. A leading expert on the rocks in New York is geologist Charles Merguerian.
The entire history of the development of the Earth's crust is emblazoned in the rocks beneath us. The rocks here in New York City harbor an ancestry that dates back over 1 billion years of time.
Merguerian is searching for evidence to show how the city's bedrock was made. At Inwood Hill Park in Upper Manhattan, he's found an extremely hard piece of the bedrock known as Manhattan schist. To the untrained eye, it's just a piece of rock. But to Merguerian, this is his first clue.
The rocks that we're looking at right here are rocks of the Manhattan Schist Formation. And these rocks are very severely deformed. And the structures here in this rock is a structure that comes up like this, bends around, and comes back down on itself as such. And in three-dimensional view, it's a structure that looks something like this, a very, very tight fold with a plunge towards the south here. These are rocks that were very, very strongly deformed over protracted periods of time. And it's the same bedrock that occurs over much of New York City.
This tight fold in the rock suggests New York's bedrock was formed under great pressure. To confirm this hunch, Merguerian takes a sample to the lab for detailed analysis. Radiometric dating proves this rock is about 450 million years old. But the rock has even greater secrets to tell. It contains a kaleidoscope of minerals, which opens a window into the ancient world.
To me, minerals are like the instrument cluster in your car. They tell you everything about how your car is running.
Merguerian uses a microscope with polarized light to view the minerals.
The examination tells us the former depth regime, how deep the rocks were. They tell you the age of the rocks. They tell you everything you want to know about the development of the Earth's crust.
What's striking about these samples is that the minerals inside are elongated. It is a clue that these rocks must once have been crushed by massive forces. And the colors support this theory. Under the polarized light, the sample from Inwood Hill Park shows up blue. This comes from a mineral called kyanite, which forms at great depths. It's conclusive evidence that this rock was compressed deep under the surface. Rocks forged at these depths are much harder, ideal for a city's foundations. But what gigantic weight was on top? Merguerian believes there is only one answer. The rock was once buried under the crushing weight of a chain of massive mountains.
The minerals that we find in the bedrock units of New York City tell us that the rocks of New York City were formerly buried when they were formed under very high pressures. And those high pressures indicate that these rocks formerly were produced at depths of 20 to 25 miles, and probably the mountains were as high as the Alps are today.